Israel, according to the Kin channel, the authority will not spend the salaries of employees or give budgets to Gaza. The Israeli Kin channel said that after the cessation of security coordination, a new Palestinian threat emerged, which is the intention of the Palestinian Authority not to pay employees' salaries or transfer budgets to the Gaza Strip. The channel added, sources reported that the Palestinian Authority does not intend to pay the salaries of employees, nor does it intend to transfer budgets to Gaza, and the goal is to push people to escalate with Israel. The channel continued, the authority informed the Israeli Coordinator of Activities, General Abu Rokan, that the Minister of the Army, Benny Gantz, should pay the salaries of the employees in the event of annexation next month. This matter may lead to field tensions. Hussein al-Sheikh, chairman of the Palestinian Civil Affairs Authority, and a member of the Central Committee of the Fatah movement, said, "We are pragmatic, and we do not want matters to reach the point of no return. We are not immoral and principles, and we are not fools as well, and we do not want chaos. An annexation of the West means no return the relationship with Israel." He added, in a statement to the New York Times, either they refrain from annexing the West Bank, and then things will return to what they were, or they will continue with the annexation plan, and they will return to the occupation of the entire West Bank. He continued, if we are stripped of the possibility of establishing a state, the Palestinian Authority's job will be limited to performing civil functions such as running schools, hospitals, and police stations, making it already a client of the Israeli occupation. Earlier, the head of the Civil Affairs Authority confirmed that the authority would not accept that its role be to provide a service, supplementing, "We are not a municipality or a charity." The Sheikh stressed that the authority will no longer accept hundreds of millions of dollars in monthly transfers from Israel, which finances almost half of its budget, adding, "Of course this is our money, but we were receiving it on the basis of agreements between us and them." He stated that its refusal would push the authority towards the path of financial destruction, which would impose cuts in salaries, layoffs, merging of agencies, or even the closure of the government. On the other hand, the Sheikh said, the authority will reduce the $105 million, which it sends to the Gaza Strip every month in the form of salaries, and covers the fees for medical facilities and expenses, and any reductions that would undermine stability in Gaza, where Hamas is the ruler on the ground in Gaza. The Sheikh added, "I will retreat every day from my responsibilities and tasks, and I tell the Israelis, if this situation continues, you will have to assume full responsibility as an occupying power, and things may return as they were before the Oslo Agreement." The Sheikh insisted that the security services would continue to maintain law and order and fight terrorism, but would act on their own. "We will prevent violence and chaos, we will not allow the bloodshed, this is a strategic decision," he said. He pointed out that security coordination with Israel is a means to achieve a political goal, complementing, "I want peace and two states, but I am not cooperating with Israel." In response to a question about the reaction of the Palestinian security forces, if they knew of a Palestinian intention to attack Israelis, the Sheikh said, "They will arrest him if he is still in the West Bank, but if the attacker is inside Israel already," he hinted that the Palestinians may warn Israel through a mediator, "I will find a way to stop it," he said. The Sheikh also said, "Any Israeli arrested in the West Bank will not be extradited to the Israeli authorities. I will not hand them over to Israel. The person who holds Israeli citizenship and who wants to sell drugs, can I not arrest him? If he makes a mistake in my region, I will judge him in my region, we will not hand over anyone to Israel." Later, the Fatah movement issued a clarification about the statements of Hussein al-Sheikh, a member of the Central Committee, to the American newspaper, New York Times. The Fatah movement said in a statement that Dunya al-Watan received a copy of it. Hussein al-Sheikh's statements to the American newspaper diagnosed the situation that the conditions could reach if the occupation took the colonial annexation step. Fatah explained that his statements diagnosed the financial crisis resulting from this Israeli behavior, which will afflict the Palestinian situation in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, and the diaspora, including the inability of the Palestinian government to pay salaries to all employees, and the occurrence of a real deficiency in the services provided to all Palestinians inside and abroad, in addition to the inability of the authority to carry out its duties in general. Fatah affirmed that the policy of extracting statements and employing them politically and in the media has become weak by the week, which is an indication of the depth of the crisis experienced by some in front of the Palestinian leadership's decision to break out of the agreements with the occupation and the United States of America, which put them at stake in front of their slogans.